All right, welcome to another episode of Sports Therapy with FH Jr. I am your host. Let me go over the rules for the rule breakers. On Sports Therapy with FH Jr., callers will have 2 minutes to call in and you can rock, rip, rant, and kick knowledge about all things NFL. But let me go over the rules once again for the rule breakers. On Sports Therapy with F.A. Jr., man, we don't talk politics. I don't give a fat rat's ass what the Republicans are doing, nor do I care what the Democrats are doing. We don't talk race relations. We don't talk sexual orientation. All are welcome to attend. Sports Therapy with F.A. Jr. is sponsored by Crown Royal. Yes, that is my drink. Crown Royal. And as usual, I am always rocking the standard uniform, augmented by the official hat that lets everybody know that I am as neutral as Switzerland. Yes. Also on Sports Therapy with F.A. Jr., man, we give advice, but we don't give sound advice. No, we don't. No, we don't. Now, I'm always rocking the cool beard. Yes, indeed. Yes, the cool beard. Now, let's talk about this is a brand new season. So let me tell you all, my audience, what are some of the new changes. For example, normally the standard uniform is black, but this year I'm changing things around. I got a standard uniform that I'm wearing for all home games. Now look, I am a card carrying Commander fan. I don't hide it. I am what I am. But because I wear the hat, I'm neutral. So on Sports Therapy with F.A. Jr., caller, you'll have 2 minutes. You can call in, rip, rant, kick knowledge about all things NFL. And the number to call, if you want to be a live guest, is always 940-329-4110. That is 940-329-4110. That is the number to call. Sports Therapy. Now, we are also streaming live on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Yes, and also Restream. We are. Man, I'm so happy to be back, man. I don't know what to do. I really don't. But you know what? The show's never about me. No, this is a call-in show. It is a call-in show. So you can always call in and rip, rant, kick knowledge. If you want to talk about the officiating, the players, your team, play selection, if the food that you bought was terrible, if you want to talk about your buddy who came over and watched the game, if they jinxed you and made your team lose, hell, I don't care, man. That's Sports Therapy. And also, just in case things get a little bit too much for you, I got the comfort pillow. Yes. For your time of need, we got the comfort pillow. And for those who get a little bit carried away, we got the cussing bell. The cussing bell is back. Yes. Someone asked me, how can I get my very own cussing bell? Well, if you got a problem cussing, let me know, and I can make sure that we get you your own personal cussing bell. So whenever you feel the need to cuss, you hit the cussing bell. Okay? Now, there's a difference between cursing and cussing. The cussing bell is when you need to be, when you ready to cuss somebody out. All right. So let's talk football. Man, the season is back. The season is back. Oh, God, the season is back. My Commanders won today. Wow, man. And I try to watch all the games, but to be able to do the show, got to be able to converse back and forth with my listening, with my callers when they call in. So I try to watch the show, but I usually get locked in on one or two. I always watch my Commanders, but today I was locked in on the Commander game. I was locked in on the Who Dat Nation, the Saints. Got a chance to look at the 49ers. Oh, also the Jets, Jets. So it was all good, but this is a call-in show. And remember, callers, you have 2 minutes to rip, rant, kick some knowledge about all things NFL. Sports Therapy with F.A. Jr.
F.A. Jr. It's
What's,
the Ravens extraordinaire, baby.
what say ye?
Brandon Cooper.
What say ye,
Hey,
Brandon?
man, F.A. Jr., you know how to step out a little bit, man, before the game.
I got
You
you.
know, this going to separate the men from the boys.
It always does.
Look, you know we got to return to the scene of the crime where the MVP was stolen.
Okay. Yes. And you know what? Look, B-Dog, you know what I said? It doesn't make a difference what the Ravens do in the regular season, brother, because you are not being graded that way. It's about
when you reach that elite status.
Yes,
we don't grade you off what's that? You know how you got the participation points, and then you got the major grade.
Thank you. Thank you.
We can only grade you off something.
Dude, you all have a research project. You know, you got to go in before the professor and defend your paper. Before we hood you and say you are Dr. So-and-so, you have to be able to defend your work. So when it comes to the Ravens this year, brother, that's what you guys got to do. You know, because what else is there for the Ravens to gain? You got a running game. Your quarterback is probably top 3. You got a top 3 quarterback in the league. You got a defense. You got a good coaching staff. You've been to the mountaintop. Okay. What is there left, my man?
Keep going.
I mean, what is there left other than bring back that trophy?
We got to, man. And the thing is, you get to a point, because you know in life there's always levels. You know, you want to get to that level where you're talked about in conversations. Then you want to get to that level where you get the accolades. Then you want to get to that level where, damn, you the best amongst your peers. But then you got to get that hardware, baby. And the hardware gets you a gold jacket.
Now,
that's where we at.
Let me play devil's advocate, because the word is starting to spread that Lamar Jackson cannot get it done. We're starting to paint him with the Dak brush. The same Dak brush, the Tony Romo brush. We're starting to paint him with that brush that says he's a good regular season quarterback, but when it comes down to the big game, brother, they're starting to say he cannot get it done.
That's okay. Like I said, when I talk to people, I tell them, if y'all let's talk about Lamar in December, January, and February.
Yes,
because he got a chip on his shoulder, so we gonna see. Then y'all don't give him the number 1 player in the league. Damn, y'all give it to Saquon.
Saquon Barkley.
Okay.
Or should we call him by his new name? Stay calm, Barkley.
Hey, man, MAGA aficionado.
But you know, even though, you know, I'm being facetious a little bit, but the thing about, and you and I talk about this, it seems to me that Lamar, I don't know, something happens that whenever he goes against another top-tier quarterback, he seems to adjust the way he plays and try to emulate the other quarterback by beating that quarterback with that other quarterback style.
Okay, so hold on. This is where I get on people. Why do we tend to make the play calling more favorable to the other team? Because it seems like we get away from our bread and butter when we get in these positions.
Hey, that's what I'm saying.
I can't say it's all on Lamar.
But
play calling is something.
But here's the thing, Brandon. There comes a time when you have to, when you are the man, as the immortal Ric Flair said, to be the man, you got to beat the man. So there are some times when Lamar will get away from his natural tendencies, because I know throughout the year that they may call the game a certain way, but he's still going to be Lamar. But there comes a time that I have noticed that when he goes against those teams and those guys, all of a sudden, he's not going to run the ball like he normally do. You know, all of a sudden I'm trying to, we want to see you throw from the pocket. We know you can. But there's some times when there's certain games you have to be able to put the team on your back and go out and win a game. And that's what I'm waiting for. And that's what we all wait for.
Mm-hmm.
Because tell me, if I'm the coach and I call a play and Lamar got enough skins on the wall where you can say, you know what, screw that play coach call. We're going to run this. And coach, and I guarantee you, if Lamar say, I want the coach out, I want a new coach, I guarantee you they'll give it that coach before they give it Lamar Jackson. He got that kind of pull. And I'm not saying that's what he should be doing, but I'm saying at some point, he has got to say, hey, I got to go and get me a championship. I got to take me a championship. And that's what separates him and that man in Kansas City.
But here's the thing, right? Lamar has so much respect for Harbaugh that, like, Lamar will go do his own shit, but Lamar will also stay on script. But I do also say, it's just like the Russell Wilson thing. If Russell Wilson would have changed that play, this would have been a completely different outcome. Because Russell Wilson today, he's finna get bit. This is it. Oh, but think about if they would have changed that play and how much different everybody's lives would have been for Seattle.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I do agree at some points, like Lamar, you're going to have to shut off that mic in your helmet. And
yes.
We got to run power or run the read option.
Yes. Especially when it is plays like, I don't know, 3rd and 3, 3rd and 3. And then all of a sudden they're telling you, okay, we want you to throw the dude, go pick up the freaking first down.
It is. But also you don't know what they've been telling them. But I also do agree. When you're that, like, a Lamar is a generational talent. And I define generational talent as your physical abilities are unlike any other that set you apart.
Yes.
It's only been 2 people in the history of football like him and Michael Vick. And that's it. He's such a generational talent that at times you need to say F John Harbaugh.
That is what,
you know what I mean?
And that is what I'm telling you he should be able to do when it comes down to making that final step to trying to win a Super Bowl. You have to say, coaching has got me to this point. Now my natural talent, my skills, and my experience, I have to get us to the next level. Because let me tell you why. People say Hurts is not a top 5 quarterback. And I tell people, yes, he is, because he has that one quality.
Yeah.
He has that one quality that they don't mention when they start railing out the quality that make you a top-tier quarterback. Because out of everything else, Jalen Hurts is a leader of men. He is a leader.
Here's my evaluation. On Hurts. I give him number 5 in the top 5, right?
Yes.
However, I will not mistake the fact that he's in the best situation of everybody else in the top 5. He has to be, his trait that is better than the other 4 traits is, he has to be the adult in the room.
And that's what I'm telling you, bro. He is.
Because Sirianni is sporadic, and that trickles down to your team. Jalen Hurts, and you even saw this when he was at Bama, he is very, and kudos to his dad, he is very mature in handling situations emotionally and thinking with logic. And that is the most important. And that's just like Troy Aikman was with those Dallas Cowboys teams.
Right.
That is the most important part.
And that's what I'm telling you, brother. He is a leader of men. He will lead men, regardless if those men are older, regardless of their whatever. He is a leader of men. But B-Dog, I got to let you go, brother, because I got another caller getting in, and I know you are probably belly upping at a bar and ready to watch the game.
Hey, man. We got to return to the scene of the crime, baby. You know what time it is.
I got you, brother.
You know what it is.
I got you.
Hey, also, man, shout out to y'all winning, man. Y'all played a hell of a game. No drop off with Jaden Daniels.
None.
I like the run games.
And we
also, man, with the New York Giants, Russell Wilson, this might be your last go around, dog.
The Giants need a lot, bro. It wasn't even Russell, man. The thing about it is our defense has improved, and that was the one area that I wanted to see us really, really improve on is that, and we have, and because of that, we're not giving up chunk plays anymore. we're not so that's all good. But hey, man, let me get this other call in here, brother. Appreciate you calling.
Yes, sir. Blessings, brother.
All right, man. Thanks.
All right.
Sports therapy.
Who that?
It is Jay in Grand Prairie. Jay, let's talk about the Who Dat Nation. Now,
Man,
what say ye, Jay?
our defense is to step up. I like the offense. I like Rattler. He was solid today, but I think our defense need a little work.
I wholeheartedly agree. Jay. I agree. I agree because, for those who are saying that Spencer Rattler probably shouldn't be the starting quarterback between him and Shucks, but I can tell you from what I saw, and I was looking at the game objectively. I told you, I like our team. When my team is not winning or playing, I follow the Saints, but I can't wear y'all gear. But the defense gave up a lot of chunk plays. When I say chunk plays, it's almost like they would give up 20, 30 yards, and then, of course, the Cardinals only had to play on a short field. Rattler kept the offense involved. I mean, he moved the offense. He moved the offense, but it came down to the defense just, and I think especially the DBs, the defensive backs and cornerbacks, I think I actually think you guys have a lot of room for improvement. And but like I said, it was a good game from what I saw, man. It was I can't fault the quarterback though.
Nah, it wasn't him. It was defense today.
Yeah, he was throwing the ball down the field, which is what I like. Now I wasn't happy about that final call where and where and I'm assuming that was just play selection where if you're gonna make that call, don't go for the end zone. At least try to pick up the first down. And I know they were running up against the clock and all that, but you know what? It is what it is. I'm not gonna beat him up on that. I'm really not. But
Yeah.
I'm not sure who you guys play next week, Jay. But like I said, if you can correct the things on defense, and I want you to know your other team didn't win either. The Dirty Birds.
What team? Oh man, bro.
But
That's not my old team.
But hold on, believe it or not, because you guys got in your division, you got Tampa Bay, they won, and the Panthers. Now the Panthers lost. They lost against the Jags 26-10. So week one, you can't read a whole lot into week one, but at the end of the day, you know what it is, Jay. It is what it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is, man. Y'all. Now let me ask you, because I didn't see Tyson Hill. Is he still on the team or what? Is he injured?
Yeah. I don't know what happened today though.
Yeah, and now I did have Alvin Kamara on my fantasy team, which didn't get a lot out of him, but like I said, it was a little disappointing. I understand from your point of view and mine, but the show goes on.
Yeah. Hopefully we do better next time. Okay.
Oh, I think y'all will. I think y'all will, man. I think y'all will. So Jay, let me get you one last big old who dat for the road.
Who that said they gonna beat them Saints?
All right, Jay in Grand Prairie. We. All right. See you later. Thank you for calling. All right. Now, discover Crown Royal blended Canadian whiskey. Patiently fit for a king. Expertly blended since 1939. Now, let me get back to being me. So whenever you see F.H. Jr. out in the streets and I'm crime fighting, man, hand me a bottle of Crown Royal. And you know what I'm going to say? Crown me, baby. Drink Crown Royal responsibly. And if you are a minor, you should never be drinking Crown Royal. Crown Royal, that is my drink. All right. Now, if you just happen to be just riding around in your vehicle and you stumble across this crazy podcast and you say, what the hell am I listening to? This is Sports Therapy with F.H. Jr. Well, callers get 2 minutes to call in at 940-329-4110. And you can rip, you can rant, and you can kick some knowledge about all things NFL. Yes. You can rip, rant, kick knowledge about all things NFL. Also on Sports Therapy with F.A. Jr. Now, like I tell people, we give advice. Hey, but man, we do not give sound advice at all. We give advice, but we do not give sound advice. No, sirree, pops. Hold on. Sports Therapy.
What's up, Brother Frank?
Hey! Welcome to Sports Therapy with F.A. Jr. Well, call and get 2 minutes to call in. You can rip, rant, kick some knowledge. I know, Coach, what's up? You can kick some knowledge about all things NFL. What say ye, Coach?
Well, you know, I was listening about you guys talking about quarterbacks and stuff, and just, man, my thing is that, you know, Lamar Jackson, he takes the guys he takes them to the championship game. Now, they may lose, but, man, as a Cowboy fan, I'll take that any day.
I got you, Coach. But he's,
but, you know, one thing that gets me is that, you know, the thing is with quarterbacks is, you know, talk about Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts does what it takes. He's like, you know, a modern day version of what Jim Harbaugh was.
Yes.
In that all he did was move the chains. He threw the ball to open receiver. If he had to scramble, he scrambled. It wasn't always pretty. You know, like Donovan McNabb. It wasn't always pretty. It wasn't always sexy. But you know what happens? The chains moved. The clock stayed. You know, clock ran. And, you know, they were able to grind things out.
Coach, you're preaching to the choir, brother. You about to get an amen out of me.
Man, but let me tell you something. Your Jaden Daniels look good. I don't like that.
Coach, you don't know, brother. I almost wasted my my good Crown Royal when he scored that touchdown.
Oh man, but, hey, I was gonna need some of that Crown Royal watching it.
Hey man, what do you think about? Did you see my man Debo drag my boy from the 5-yard line to the touchdown into the end zone? I was like, boy.
I don't see how they gave him up, man. You know, I can't believe how San Fran let him go. I mean, how do you let that guy go?
Hey man, one man's trash is another man's treasure. So
I don't know how he's trash. Anybody see trash in that kid?
But you know, when I was talking to one of my callers, and what I was telling him is that when I think about Jalen Hurts, I said there's one quality that they don't seem to bring up is that he is a leader of men. It's just like in the military. You need to have that leader, the one that can say, you know what, guys, we're going to go and charge this hill. Okay. You know, he can make guys buy in. No. Is he the greatest passer? No. But he have other qualities that some of those other guys seem to not have. Well, they have them, but with this guy, like I said, bro, he is a leader of men, and it goes back to college.
Don't you think his leadership is by example?
Yes.
And like he's not a yeller and screamer. You know, you watch those things on TV and you see guys yelling and screaming. They go, "Oh, he's such a leader." I mean, who follows those top people? You know, Jalen Hurts gets in there, and if he's got to throw a block, he throws a block. If he's got to like run it, you know, and go head to head, he goes head to head. And you know that's the type of leadership you want.
Exactly. And not only that, when you see your quarterback squatting almost 600 pounds, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
And that's a good
he gets
example.
in the weight room too.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Leader of men. So now, Coach, did you happen to watch the Cowboy game last? So I want to ask you. Let me ask you this, Coach. Now, you know, on Sports Therapy with F.H. Jr., we don't fan shame. We don't fan shame. Your fandom is your fandom. But I want to ask you this, because I've been listening, and I noticed that since when do the mighty Cowboy fandom accept losing as okay? Because I've been hearing, well, I'm disappointed in the Cowboy fandom because the Cowboys, are we lowering the standards where we're just, a closed law ain't so bad?
No, it's all about hope, and we ain't got none. As long as Jerry's there, we just don't have hope. And so, we're like, okay, we can't, we were brought up with this, I was a little boy, born in Cleveland, and, this is it. We've been Cowboy fans all, and we had some good runs. We had Tom Landry, we had Jimmy Johnson, and, we had, we're just hoping, but now it's just a lack of hope.
But go.
I mean, those guys, you go down to my hallway and you see some of those guys, they weren't even alive last time we went to the championship game.
I know.
The Super Bowl. They weren't even alive.
It's hard to talk to some of them about, those 3 championships, because most of them, you're right, they wasn't born.
Yeah, I'll get into arguments with people because I'm not an Aikman fan, and they'll be talking about Aikman. I'm like, you weren't even born. You don't even know.
Thank you. But I was.
Well, all right, man. Hey, great. Hey, you got a great show going, man. I'm going to listen to it.
Hey,
spread the word.
All right. I appreciate you calling in. All right. Hey,
all right, I'll holler at you. Okay, see you tomorrow.
All right, bye-bye.
All right. Bye.
Sports Therapy.
What's going on, brother?
It's my homeboy Glenn. What's up, homeboy?
What's happening, man?
Homeboy Glenn.
Been a day?
Go for it,
If you had been a day earlier, man, I probably wouldn't have been able to do it. I'm just not getting over this cold, flu, or whatever this shit is.
For you, homeboy Glenn, that's why I got the cussing bell. So,
man,
so you feeling better, brother?
Man, yeah, I feel a lot better, man. I feel a whole lot better. My team had me a little sick, double sick this morning too, because I thought they were gonna blow it. I don't know what the hell happened to our defense.
Hey, man, I watched the game, and I watched it because of you. I said, you know what? I'm gonna watch this so that when my homeboy Glenn call in, I'll be right there with you. If they lose, I'm gonna be right there with you, crying too, bro. I'll be right there with you.
I might have called in sick.
But
that's the only reason I'm calling today.
let me ask you this, because I wrote down a topic that I was going to discuss on my show. It was called "Is the Grass Greener on the Other Side?" And I mentioned three people on my list. Daniel Jones plays for the Colts. They won today. Aaron Rodgers playing for the Steelers. They won today. Michael Parsons playing for the Packers. Got a sack. Got a New Jersey number. So I'm asking, was it the system that Aaron Rodgers was in last year, or did he need a coach that he couldn't bully and run over?
I think, man, he in a better position, right? I'd have never thought he'd throw 4 touchdown passes. Not on opening day.
Man.
But I think he's in a better. Pittsburgh surprised me with the offensive plays they ran today. I never thought they scored more points than any team in football today so far.
Yes, because not too many teams got over the 30-point mark today.
No. And that offense looked good. But and getting back to Daniel Jones, man, I think he just needs to change. Sometimes you go to a new team, make changes. Grass is green on the other side.
It's starting to look that way.
And I know today. Yeah, and I know today's just game. Today's just the opening kickoff. I mean, the opening season, but
you know, you could tell by the way he was playing. I mean, I didn't look at the game, but if you look at the stats and what he had, he wasn't ever a bad quarterback to me when he was with the Giants. They just didn't have the right coaches to coach him.
So then I'm asked, because I'm gonna circle back. I'm circling back to the Giants because now, granted, we played them, we beat them. The score was 21-6, but the score could have been a lot bigger. We left a lot of points on the field, bro. A lot of points on the field.
I tell you what, I tell you, I'm gonna say this to you right now. I think your team, the Commanders, go to Green Bay Thursday night.
Yes, we do.
I know it's just the second game of the season. But right now, that game right there to me got a whole lot of playoff implications to it.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
I know it's just week 2.
And both teams look good today. There's a lot of improvement in Jordan Love's play. He looked like he has figured it out. He looked like he's figured things out.
Yes, sir.
And also,
boy, he got some nice receivers.
Yes, he does.
He got some nice receivers.
He does. But
and Michael Parsons makes all the difference.
Man, he does. He makes a big difference. He makes a big difference how your defense performs. He makes a big difference how the other offense has to prepare. Because I saw
that's right.
There were times when he was being double teamed, which allowed other guys to make plays, and it also caused Jared Goff to have to speed up what it is he wanted to do.
Well, I go so far to say this: if he was at Dallas Monday night, Dallas might have beat Philadelphia.
Hey.
You know, seriously.
Hey,
because that defense was put. You know, Dallas didn't play a bad game. You know, they didn't play a bad game. You know, but that defense is weak without him.
Yeah, but the only thing I from watching that game, what I saw in the Dallas Philly game is Philly's not as good as they're projected to be, and that's because, and I'm not hating because I'm a Redskins fan, but it's because they lost so many guys off that defense to where it started to, you can tell that you can throw on them.
Oh yeah.
But the only thing that they still got consistent is their offense, and I will say this: probably if it wasn't for that break in the weather, I think they probably would have blew the Cowboys out. But it wasn't that. But when that little weather break, it gave the Cowboys a chance to regroup and kind of change up what they were doing, because they wasn't getting no pressure on Jalen Hurts, man. He could have been back there eating a burger, tying up his shoe, selling newspapers or whatever. But it wasn't until Dallas made that change and they started blitzing, and it kind of caught the Eagles a little bit off of by shock a little bit. They wasn't prepared. They wasn't ready for that. But I just know that look like the Cowboys are gonna have an offense, but I don't know the offensive line.
Who they got on? Hey, but I'm gonna tell you this. I'm glad you mentioned that. What did I tell you about George Pickett?
You told me you gonna act a nut, and he did.
That's what I tell you, man. Hey,
because he called.
I don't know who.
He calls them on that one. He calls them on that one play. He calls them because they were in. Probably could have made a touchdown. I'm not gonna say they would have, but he just did a bonehead play right in front of the. He just grabbed dude and threw him. I was like, wow.
I was looking at. I turned a little bit, like I said, I was looking at a little bit of the Redskins. The Commanders, and the Giants. Then I flipped over for a minute, not long. I was watching the Raiders in New England. Like I said, just week 1, you can't.
Right.
Man, the Raiders looked pretty good too.
Goes back to what I say, man. And only now when I say the grass is green on the other side for them, remember, Geno moved from being the quarterback of the Seahawks to quarterback of the Raiders, and all of a sudden, Geno changed they had a change in head coaching there. So when you look at it, man, change is good. Change is good. Now,
Yeah.
now I don't know
Yeah.
Sam Darnold. I'm not too convinced because I was never too convinced. If anybody, that guy has had more chances than any to be successful. Now, could it be that he was just kind of, profiting off of playing in that offense that the Vikings had? But we'll see. But man,
But yeah, that's
but brother,
that's true.
but I was impressed with your Steelers today. Except for y'all,
Yeah, man.
except for the defense.
Except for in this game one, but I will say this: that guy done Jalen Ramsey made it Pleasantville.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Yes, and man, I did something too, man. But on offense, Aaron Rodgers, I got to give him credit where credit due. He impressed me today, and if they could get that out of him, every game, kind of something like that, they're gonna be dangerous, man.
Well, what I see is what you guys are doing is taking the ball out of his hands at the beginning of the game, as far as going with the running game, short passing game, and getting trying to get DCAP involved because he's a good run after catch guy, and then when Aaron Rodgers has to make a play, say. And he's not having to, and he's not having to throw like 3rd and 20, whatever. When he has to make a play, it's something like 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5, to where he's good. That way he can still have the option to hit the receiver in the flat, or So seems like they took some of the playmaking out, and they have simplified the game for him. Because as you get older, man, things slow down, man.
Yeah. True.
And if he can continue to play like that and buy in, I think y'all gonna be dangerous. Y'all just have to fix the defense.
Yeah, that's the only thing they're gonna have to fix, that defense. And you can tell that defense was getting kind of pissed off because J.J. Watt was having some words with a few of the guys on defense. Hey, what the hell? And I'm gonna tell you, somebody, man, ain't doing shit. I'm gonna tell you, somebody ain't doing shit on defense to me. It pissed me off. That damn Patrick Queen.
Yeah,
that motherfucker ain't doing shit. Man, he ain't doing shit either.
Yeah, because he got
he ain't worth a damn. Man, Baltimore fucked us on that fucking trade or whatever they did. They screwed our ass on that one. I'm not lying. They still got him. He ain't worth a shit. For real, he ain't worth a damn. Boy, he pisses me off every time I see that motherfucker. He playing like a damn queen. Play just like one of them motherfuckers. That's what they had me doing today. Man, he don't see nothing he do out there, man. He don't see nothing he do, man.
I know.
Man. But I like that little wide receiver we got, Kevin Austin.
Yeah, he's a player. I
like Austin.
Yeah, he's a player. Yes,
I like him.
Yeah, he's a real,
I like Austin.
He's a real player. But like I said, man, only thing you guys have to do is fix just fix the defense. But normally defense is ahead of the offense at the first two games, normally, because defense is normally ahead of the offense, because offense has to execute. They gotta, with defense, you just seek and hit. There's a ball, hit ball. But I was just a little bit.
That's what they were saying this summer when they were in training camp. That the defense was at the head of the offense.
Yes.
But shit, I don't see it, man.
I didn't see it today out of a lot of teams. I didn't see it.
Sure didn't.
Because if you think about it, if you go back to Thursday night game, the Cowboys and the Eagles, man, it was like, is anybody going to play defense in this game? It's like one team scored the next. No. It wasn't until halftime, and we had that weather break. All of a sudden, the defense started to catch up with the offense. So, and you know how the way today's NFL is, it's more offense anyway. So hell, that theory of defense is always ahead of offense may not be true anymore. So now, what do you think about tonight's game? Man,
that's gonna be a good one right there, man. I think, man, that's a big game right there tonight. But it ain't the biggest game right now. The biggest game in football with me the first 2 weeks of the season is the Green Bay and the Commanders. Cause hey, y'all look good today too. I don't know who y'all got it on that front four on defense, but y'all look good.
Boy, did they? Man, that you know what?
They look good.
We didn't let Russ get in the kitchen and start any cooking today, man. No, we took his apron away. We took his pots, his pans, his utensils, his cutting board. It wasn't gonna be no damn cooking.
Man,
We didn't let Russ cook at all. Russ
sure.
wasn't gonna be in the kitchen cooking. But
No, and I tell you something. Justin Fields improved a lot.
hey, man. From what I saw of Justin Fields today, I said to myself, man, I think he has just figured it out. And for all those
He's kind of coming together with it.
all those who didn't have enough patience for him, all of a sudden he don't got that one to run, because he runs to throw that ball. And boy, he made some plays today. I'm
Hey,
not gonna
man,
lie.
he did.
If you guys hadn't had the ball, if y'all didn't have the ball last, I think he would have went down and scored, bro. I was like, whoo,
I would have too, man.
yo. So,
I think I was nervous as hell, man. But I think I didn't want him to get that ball last.
no, but that's
Because it's dangerous, man.
yeah, and that's another one that I wanted to add. I should add to my list about the grass is green on the other side, because going from where he is right now, he don't have that pressure on him. He has a coach that
Nope.
believes in him. He has a system, and he got a hell of a defense behind him, even though they didn't.
Hell of a defense.
Yeah. So it was all good. So now, what do you think about the guy from the Eagles, man, that spit on?
Man, that Prescott. Hey, man, I hope you got a lot of listeners on here tonight that's listening, because I want to say this here. Man, I don't care what kind of person you is or nothing like that. That's the worst thing you could do to a human being.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
To me, hey, man, I'm telling you, that's the worst thing to me you could do to a human being, man. I don't care if you hate him, dislike him, or whatever you call it, Man, hey, look here, you spit on the ground, you don't spit on nobody.
I know, man.
I mean, I know the spit gonna go to the ground, but he literally spit on that dude.
I know.
Walked up the spit. Man, I'm telling you. Man, I don't know what the league gonna do. We'll find out tomorrow.
Nothing.
But I don't know what the league probably gonna do.
I'm gonna tell you what I think the
But
league.
hey,
I'm gonna tell you what I think the league is gonna do. The league is gonna say we would suspend him, but because he got threw out of the game, 30 seconds of the game, so basically he set out a whole game. They'll probably fine him. I think they'll fine him, but I don't think they're gonna suspend him. But man, for me, that's the lowest thing that you could do to another human being, man.
to a human being, man.
And
Hey, man, I'd rather for you kick dirt. I'd rather for you throw rocks at me or kick dirt on me than to spit on me, man.
Did you see how quickly the
For real,
referee?
man.
You see how quickly the referee threw him out, because even the ref knew. Okay,
Yeah.
bro. There's some things. There's just some things in this sport we won't tolerate. And,
Oh, man. And not only fit in society,
yes.
Man, how do you feel a person just walk up on somebody, you say something that somebody don't like it, they just walk up to a person and just spit on them. Man, nah. That somebody really be honest, should be a law, you ought to be arrested.
Probably, yeah. Yeah.
It should be a law.
But like I said, man, it got to the point to where I was like, man, I can believe. And here's what, because my Eagle fans were saying, well, Dak spit first. Dak spit on the ground.
Yeah, but he spit on the ground, man. Come on. Yeah, that man spit on the ground.
Right.
And another thing I want to get back to before I forget. He Jalen Williams is last year in college.
Mm-hmm.
He racing down somewhere down there in Georgia.
Yep.
Running the car, driving fast. Had an accident. Somebody wind up losing their life.
Yep.
Behind it.
And that's why he.
Person lost his life.
That's why he fell in the draft pick, because he was probably going to be either first or second overall pick. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, but that right there, man, ought to be, that right there she should have grew up from something like that, man.
Yeah.
He got spared, another chance. Man, sometimes when you get older, good Lord bless us, He bless us all. And some people, He bless them. He give us all God given talent. But man, you don't go around doing no stuff like that, man. You don't get nowhere. You ain't gonna make it too far in life doing nothing like that. Because Cause cause that's why you try to, you want to try to do the best you can in life, live the best you can, because one day, one of these days, your name gonna follow you. People don't forget. And for him to do something like that, man, it just, I lost a lot of respect for him. I did, and I liked him as a player. He was one of them, but when he did that, I lost a lot of respect for him, man.
Yeah.
And even and that's why I look at things. Even it ain't we don't talk basketball or nothing like that on your show and everything. And that's just like Charles Barkley. I don't give a damn. He did the same thing to a 13-year-old girl, child.
Yep.
It's just as a human being. Yeah, as a human being, you just don't. Some things you just don't do, brother.
Nah, you're right. You're right.
But getting back to football, opening day today was, I thought it was real good overall. Because it looked like you could tell that it was some excitement back. It was excitement. Glad to see some games on, and man, it was some good, good plays made today.
And what I like about this season is that everybody started off the season opened up with good competition. First game, you end up with, you had the Cowboys and the Eagles. Normally you don't get them until they play each other in the regular season or in the playoff. Then you remember, let me take you back, homeboy Glenn. Remember we were talking about who's gonna be our dark horse teams for this year. Now didn't I say keep an eye on the Chargers? I said,
oh yeah,
and boy,
yes sir.
I said, man, keep an eye on those Chargers. And what did they do?
Hey, but I'm gonna tell you something else too, man. The Chargers is loaded, they're quiet, and they solid, and they fundamentally sound on both sides of the football.
Mm-hmm.
And if they could go on as far as their quarterback gonna take them though. If Herbert come out there and play like he's been playing, they're gonna be all right.
Yeah, he's starting to play up. He's starting to play up to his potential.
Yes, and I'm gonna tell you another team I seen today. The Rams look good.
Well, my only concern about the Rams is that I'm concerned about their quarterback and his back issue. Because he's been in the league 11, 12 years, and when that back started to go, when your back started to go, you week to week. Now, but he's got all the other pieces surrounding him. What's the guy named Puka, and they got some talent on the Rams. Remember, they almost knocked the Eagles out of there in those playoffs, so they got some talent. It was just that things just didn't fall their way. But
one more thing I want to say, I'm so glad. I pulled for Cleveland when they play. When they play Cincinnati or somebody, man, I was glad the way Cleveland. I hope they get rid of their coach and get rid of everybody in that organization. Because the way they run things, man, they don't deserve to win a game this year.
Yeah, they may not win a game this year, but I can tell you, if they continue to lose, and I'm sure if they lose another 2 or 3 more games, then it's time to probably opt out of playing Flacco and start letting the youngsters play. Because now let's be honest, the team Flacco is not the future of that team. So if we're gonna be going out losing or whatever, then put those youngsters in there and let them cut their teeth. Let them, whichever if you want to start Gabriel out first, let him start first, and okay, give him 3 or 4 games. If he can't get it, okay, let's bring in Sador. But at least you have some time to see what you got. Then you can say, okay, now do we need to look at next year's draft to try to find us a top pick at quarterback? But you can't keep just riding with Flacco and then using the youngsters.
Carson Wentz and all them washed up quarterbacks, man.
You got those youngsters, and like I said, at the end of the day, that's what I would do, because how worse can it get? You got a 41, 42-year-old quarterback, and he's not the future of your team. So what are you doing? Because there's 2 ways when you got a young quarterback, man. You can let him sit for a couple of games and learn, or you can throw him in the deep end and say, hey, learn on the job. Because there's no way is right or wrong. It all depends. But at least by game 3 or 4, one or both of those guys should be seeing some action. And
Right. Hey,
huh?
Go ahead.
I think that's what the Giants are gonna do if they lose maybe another 2 more games. If they lose to Dallas, I can see the Giants maybe going from Russell to Dart, but it ain't Russell. Hell, they ain't got no offensive line.
They don't have no offense. Hey, but I tell you what they do have. They got a defense.
Yes. And so
I like that. I like that boy come out of Penn State. That I think he's a rookie, Carter.
Yes. Yeah, they got defense.
Boy, he played just like Michael Parsons.
Yeah,
he played just like Michael Parsons.
If they can
hey,
find,
but this is what I wanted to ask you. No, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
So this is what I wanted to ask you, man. I was listening to ESPN earlier this weekend, and people talking bad about Ryan Clark because he said Tom Brady, Drew Brees, them guys weren't generational quarterback. And a lot of people talking about he should lose the job because he don't know what he's talking about. But that's the truth, though. When them guys were coming out of high school,
I didn't see Tom Brady as a generational quarterback coming out. Nobody even thought who Tom Brady was coming out of college.
Yeah, that's right. And Drew Brees neither.
No,
all
I knew about Drew Brees is that he was a quarterback for Purdue, but it's not like
Purdue.
They just, they were like, oh man, we can't wait to get this guy. No, he's right. They weren't Drew. No, they wasn't. They
like he said, you got guys like Trevor Lawrence and Caleb Williams. When Trevor Lawrence replaced, what that boy, that Kelly boy, he was starting the next year for Clemson, won the national championship.
Mm-hmm.
Trevor Lawrence came in and replaced that guy, beat that guy out.
Yes.
He was generation. Everybody was talking about he the next big thing. And same thing with Caleb Williams. He beat Spencer Rattler out.
Yes.
And everybody talking about he the next, even what's his name, Andrew Luck. They were calling them guys generational quarterbacks. That's all you hear the scouts and different ones were talking about.
Right.
But you didn't never hear nobody say nothing about Tom Brady or Drew Brees or or Lamar Jackson or even Josh Allen.
No. Now, only quarterback that I can remember that they were talking about that now that may be some more, but it's the only one I can remember right off my head that everybody knew he was supposed to have been a generational quarterback was Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning, and I tell you one more, or John Elway.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to say I don't know for sure because I got to check on that. I want to say Dan Marino, but I don't know for sure.
Yes.
But he was. I think he was generational.
And those were the only
what they call. That's what that meant. That's what he was saying. But a lot of folks talking about, well, he don't know. Them guys talk like you said a while ago. Didn't nobody know nothing about Tom Brady? Well, with Ryan Mallett, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
At Michigan.
Yeah, nobody knew. Yeah. And if it wasn't for, I'm just thinking who's the quarterback for
Big Bledsoe.
Yeah, if it wasn't for him getting injured, Tom Brady would never saw the field. Yeah, he wasn't gonna he wasn't gonna beat Drew Bledsoe out. It's just that Bledsoe got hurt.
No, he did beat him out.
And then he got hurt. And Tom Brady got a chance to play. And back in the days, the coaches deal were as long as we winning, we're not gonna make any changes to the system. So as long as they were winning, Bledsoe wasn't going to get his job back. And so, and that's what happened. He never got his job back. And then they had a quarterback controversy, so they shipped Bledsoe out. But they
shipped him out.
But I will tell you this. If you took the Patriots, the same Patriots team with Tom Brady and Bill Belichick and all the Patriots, and I might make some Patriots fan mad, but I love them to death. But that's what this show is about. If you took the Patriots and you put them in another division, say the NFC East at that time, or put them in one of those other divisions, they would not win that many. It's my opinion.
They won't be in that position. They won't be in that position to go to the Super Bowl.
Because
and I tell people this. I'm sorry about cutting you off, but I tell people this right now. I remember that game like yesterday when they played the Raiders and they made that bullshit ass call.
The tuck call.
Some damn
The tuck rule.
It's about bullshit tuck rule. That call ain't been made. I haven't heard that call being made no more.
Well, the reason I say that is because if you look at the conference, the division that they played in, you had the Miami wasn't that good, the Colts wasn't that good, and who else was in there with them? So every week they wasn't getting banged up. It's almost like the other teams were like playing in the SEC. You know, you don't get a week off when you play the SEC in the SEC as far as college football is concerned. So there were NBA, NFL conferences to where they were all tough. The Eagles, Jets, the Eagles, Giants, Cowboys, Redskins. When they play each other, they gonna beat each other up through the season. And so when they do make it to the playoff, hell, they may be on loss, starting cornerback or starting quarterback or whatever. Whereas with the Patriots, their role was a lot easier.
Hey, but I'm gonna make a bold prediction before we get off this show tonight. Don't be surprised if our Steelers go out and get their receiver from Miami.
Waddle? Tyreek Hill.
Not Waddle.
Tyreek the Cheetah. But you know,
Cheetah.
Sometimes,
we team him up with Metcalf and put Calvin Austin at that number 3.
Yeah, y'all need one more, but right now, I just think you don't need a headache receiver because Metcalf is quiet. He's not gonna raise too much cane. Like Terry McLaurin, he's not a hell-raising quarterback. He's not a throwing the ball quarterback. Neither is Metcalf. So y'all need a receiver, but y'all don't need one that's gonna act a nut. I'm not saying Tyreek Hill would, but you got to be careful who you bring into the locker room now, you know, because last thing you don't want is Aaron Rodgers to have some issues with whoever. But y'all do need one more receiver, though, bro.
Yeah. Well, man, Aaron Rodgers, that old joker, he really impressed me today because I didn't have no confidence in him during the season. Yeah. Because you think about it, last year with the Jets, he had 28 touchdown passes, like 11 interceptions, which is good.
I know.
But for him to start the day off like today, with a defense like the Jets got, man, that was pretty impressive.
It was.
You know, they were getting to him. But I was saying, man, I said one hit away, which they all live. But I said,
it's all good.
I said they hit him. Like our season is over.
But homeboy,
they might well bring that. Yes, sir.
You're about to hear the sound of my music as we start to shut this bad boy down. All right. This has been another episode of Sports Therapy with F.A. Jr. Man, I want to thank my guests for calling in. Jay in Grand Prairie. My man, Coop, calling from Bar Louie. And I want to thank Coach Lowe. What's up, Coach? And my homeboy Glenn for stopping in. And always remember, Sports Therapy with F.A. Jr. This is what callers will always have 2 minutes. You can call, you can rip, you can rant about all things NFL. This has been an outstanding show. Football is back. And those on the yard, as I always say, stay golden, everybody. And we will see you next week. Goodbye.